LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day.
So, Caitlyn Clark just sealed this huge deal with the LPGA, right? And A'ja Wilson, she is definitely not keeping quiet about it. This whole thing just exploded across the WNBA world, and social media is totally losing it. What's crazy is, one person's big win became another's massive headache. So, was A'ja's reaction totally from frustration, or maybe a little bit of jealousy too? Let's get into this mess, because everyone is talking about it. Caitlyn Clark, the face of women's basketball, the ratings queen, the endorsement superstar. She just landed a massive, multi-year sponsorship with the LPGA Tour. Yeah, not just a quick ad, we're talking a full-on partnership. Listen, the reports are saying this LPGA deal is worth millions. We're talking tons of cross-promotion, huge brand features, and marketing rights locked in all the way through 2026. It completely connects her image to women's golf, making her the symbol of female excellence. And the second that news dropped, the whole internet went wild. Most fans, even some WNBA players, were cheering, saying she earned it. But some, not so much. That's where A'ja Wilson came in. She was smart, didn't actually say Clark's name, too savvy for that, but she sent one tweet, and boom, headlines everywhere. Her tweet was, "So you telling me you can miss shots and still get golf money now? That's all it took." Instantly, replies were like, just say Caitlyn Clark. Because honestly, who else could she possibly be talking about? Caitlyn's name has become a trigger for half the league. Every move she makes, every deal, every photo, someone, somewhere, is losing it. And this LPGA deal, that just took things to an absolutely wild new level. Look, let's just be real here. Caitlyn Clark has made more money in 2 years than most WNBA players will make in their entire careers. That's not a knock on her, it's just a fact. She's the marketing goldmine this league has been desperate. But here's the real issue. Her massive success makes other established stars feel like they're just background characters in their own story. Think about A'ja Wilson. She has 2 MVP titles, multiple championships, a resume that most players would literally dream of. Yet, for sponsorships, she's not even close to Clark. And that, right there, is why this whole thing blew up. It's not just about the golf deal. It's about a league that's totally split between the old guard and this new, explosive superstar. Clark is the media's shiny new toy, super marketable, loved by sponsors. Wilson, she represents the grind, the player who dominated long before all the cameras showed up. So, A'ja's tweet wasn't just some casual shade, it was a genuine battle cry. Honestly, you can't really blame her for being a little salty. The timing was brutal. She just finished an MVP-level season, and got a fraction of the attention Clark gets, just for breathing. It's like A'ja wins a title, and the media's like, cool, now back to Caitlyn's latest Instagram story. That absolutely stings, but it's also the harsh reality of sports today. It's not always about how well you play, it's about how many eyeballs you bring. And Caitlyn Clark, she brings eyeballs like nobody else.
In a previous video, how this Pro-Am event originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlyn? Can we come to the event? Can you live stream it? All of these things. And it ended up being put on television, and that was great. Fans were really excited about that. There was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event. And they also did something really smart by pairing her up with their currently #1 golfer in the world.
Every single sponsor, every brand with a budget, they all see it. They don't just want talent anymore. They want someone who sells tickets, moves merchandise, and keeps the entire internet buzzing. A'ja Wilson, with all her incredible talent and dominance, she just hasn't been that person. She's respected, admired, a total legend on the court, but she's not a headline magnet in the same way. Caitlyn Clark, though. She's a story machine, a constant source of buzz, and you know that drives some of these veterans absolutely crazy. Now let's talk about some numbers for a second. The rumor flying around is that this LPGA deal is somewhere in the ballpark of $6 to $8 million, spread over just 2 years. It's said to include huge brand events, some key cross-promotions, and even a shared media project with industry giants like Titleist and Nike Golf.
Caitlyn Clark's so good, she's got me following golf. And thanks to her, I now know who Nelly Korda is. And if there's one thing we can count on with Clark, it's that she's gonna draw a crowd.
So Caitlyn Clark just became this ultimate bridge, right? And she's a legit dual sport marketing machine now, and you can almost hear Aja's teeth grinding all the way in Vegas. And get this, it's not even the first time Clark has totally overshadowed her. Remember the WNBA finals last season? The Aces won the championship again, but Clark was still the top trending topic that same day. That kind of stuff turns professional respect into serious resentment. And some fans totally fuel this fire. A segment of Clark's fan base doesn't just celebrate her, they actually use her success to tear other players down. Comments like she's the real face of the league, or she's doing more for the WNBA than anyone else might technically be true, statistically, but they're pure gasoline on an already burning ego battle. So when Aja saw that LPGA announcement, she snapped. Not enough to get fined, thankfully, but just enough to send a super clear message. And that message? It was loud. I'm tired of being the MVP who gets treated like a background character, but here's the funny part. Caitlyn Clark has never clapped back. Not one. She doesn't tweet about it. She doesn't throw shade. She doesn't even acknowledge the drama. And that, my friends, is a huge part of why brands absolutely adore her. She's the PR dream, even-keeled, focused, totally non-controversial. Meanwhile, others get caught in Twitter fights. And guess what? They turn off sponsors in the process. Caitlyn just keeps signing deals and staying quiet. And that quiet, ironically, hurts more than any trash talk ever could. Aja can win another ring, but Caitlyn will still make more headlines just for hitting a golf ball on Instagram. That's the power difference in marketing today. It's not fair, but it's incredibly real. Even fans outside of basketball are jumping into this debate. Golf fans are cheering for the collab, saying Clark's personality might finally make the LPGA mainstream, while some old-school WNBA supporters are rolling their eyes, arguing she's everywhere but the playoffs. The split is growing, and the entire league can definitely feel it. Now here's where things get even more interesting. This LPGA deal wasn't just random. This was a carefully planned move, months in the making. Word is Nike even helped broker part of the partnership. They wanted to build this athlete crossover image, and Caitlyn Clark was the absolute perfect face for it. Why? Because she already represents something bigger than just basketball. She represents buzz. Every league that partners with her suddenly sees more views, more clicks, and more merchandise sales. So from a business angle, it's pure genius. But from the WNBA side, it's utter chaos. Aja Wilson's frustration represents what a lot of players are quietly thinking, that Caitlyn's global fame isn't being shared evenly across the league. It's like the Caitlyn Clark effect, lifted the WNBA, but only for some. Everyone else is still waiting for the tide to actually reach them. And now that she's stretching her influence beyond basketball, some players feel completely left behind. They're out here fighting for bonuses and basic marketing deals, while Caitlyn is signing multi-million-dollar contracts completely outside her own sport. That's the kind of thing that creates real tension in locker rooms, in interviews, even at league meetings. Players start feeling like props in the Caitlyn show, and fans definitely notice that energy. And get this, Aja's tweet blew up even further. Within an hour, she started trending, and not in a good way. Fans were calling her bitter, jealous, and insecure. Some even started comparing her to the people who complained when Tiger Woods first broke golf records, saying, "Here we go again." That comparison absolutely hurt. Aja tried to walk it back later, saying her tweet was taken out of context and she was just joking around. But at that point, the internet had already decided what she meant. And you know how social media works. Once people pick a side, the debate quickly becomes a full-blown circuit. Half the comments were defending Caitlyn like she's a national treasure. The other half were reminding everyone that Wilson is still one of the best to ever do it. But here's the truth. Both things can be true. Caitlyn Clark can be the most marketable athlete right now, and Aja Wilson can still legitimately feel underappreciated. The problem is the way the league handles that delicate balance, or more accurately, doesn't handle it. The WNBA keeps talking about growth, but their own stars keep feuding instead of celebrating each other. And the league often just lets it happen because, let's be real, controversy equals click. If the WNBA actually had a strong PR department, they'd have immediately turned this into a marketing win. Like, look at these two amazing athletes dominating their sports. Instead, they let it become another Caitlyn versus Aja war on social media. And you can bet the sponsors know that. Brands want happy, united faces, not messy headlines. But they also know that every time Caitlyn Clark's name trends, their products sell out. So guess who ultimately wins? Yep, Caitlyn again. Now here's a twist. People close to the LPGA are saying this deal could be the start of something much bigger. They want to launch a joint exhibition event where WNBA and LPGA stars team up for charity. It's supposed to showcase cross-sports sisterhood, but knowing how these things go, that could either be the most inspiring event ever or a total tension-filled disaster. Can you even imagine Caitlyn Clark teaming up next to Nelly Korda while Aja Wilson tries to smile through the press photo? Yeah, that's meme material for the rest of the year. But honestly, this isn't even new. We've seen this kind of jealousy before in every single sport. When LeBron became the face of the NBA, older stars weren't thrilled. And when Serena Williams started dominating tennis endorsements, other players definitely rolled their eyes. It's the same cycle, always. Success brings money, money brings visibility, and visibility, inevitably, brings envy. Aja is just the latest athlete caught in that emotional crossfire. And here's the sad part. She doesn't even realize how much she's actually proving Caitlyn's value every time she reacts. The more you talk about her, the bigger she gets, just like the Streisand effect for sports fame. Complain about someone enough, and they become even more relevant. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark hasn't said a single word. No interviews, no clapbacks, just business as usual. She's probably somewhere laughing with her agent, signing her next contract, while the internet keeps fighting for her. And honestly, that might be the smartest move of all. Because while everyone's arguing about who deserves what, she's stacking checks from multiple industries. Basketball, golf, fashion, tech. Next thing you know, she'll be doing a Netflix doc-series or a Nike film. Caitlyn Clark isn't just playing the game. She's completely rewriting how it's marketed. And Aja Wilson, she's still trying to figure out why her two MVPs don't get the same return. It's not because Aja's not talented, she's incredible. It's because Caitlyn has what every business wants: visibility. She's the person you can truly build a brand around. Her fan base is loyal, loud, and always online. That's pure gold in 20. So while Aja vents on Twitter, Caitlyn's building an empire, one endorsement at a time. But here's the real question. How long can this tension last before it spills into something bigger? Because it's not just about Aja and Caitlyn anymore. This whole dynamic could genuinely split the league. You've got the old school players who think Clark gets everything too easy. And you've got the new wave of fans who think the league owes its entire revival to her alone. And somewhere in the middle sits the WNBA front office, pretending everything's fine while secretly hoping both sides keep talking. Because at least people are paying attention. It's messy, it's dramatic, and it's exactly what keeps the headlines rolling. But if the WNBA doesn't figure out how to manage this properly, they'll end up destroying the unity they've spent years trying to build. Whether you love her or hate her, Caitlyn Clark has definitely made the league bigger than ever. The challenge now is making sure everyone benefits from that, not just her. As for Aja Wilson, she's got two options: keep firing off tweets that make her look bitter, or pivot and capitalize on the attention. Because right now, her name's trending because of Clark, and that's not how an MVP should live in the headline. If she's smart, she'll turn this into a power move, get her own major deal, launch a podcast, start a brand, show that she's more than just the player who got mad online. Because fans love authenticity, but they absolutely hate pettiness. And right now, that's the very fine line she's walking. Meanwhile, Caitlyn Clark just keeps on winning, both on and off the court. This LPGA deal is just another piece in her rapidly growing empire. And love her or hate her, she's playing the fame game perfectly. You truly can't teach that kind of control. She's turning silence into strategy and backlash into buzz. And if Aja Wilson doesn't adapt soon, she's gonna keep getting left behind in the noise. So what's your take? Is Aja Wilson right to be mad, Or is Caitlyn Clark just outworking everyone off the court? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear it. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and share. We've got more wild stories coming your way very soon.